Hi everybody, it's Miss Chris from Herrick District Library here with Toddler Storytime today. Yay! To start off our story time today, we're going to do our feel good chant. I call it that because the things that we talk about in the chant help you have a really good day and help you feel good about yourself. So I will show you the motions to this. It starts out with I am great, and that is where you put your arms way out here. The next part is I am smart. That's where you're touching your forehead like this. The next part is I am strong. So let's see some muscles there. The next part is I am loved. That's where you give yourself a hug. And the last part goes like this. Today is going to be an awesome day. Woohoo! That is how the feel good chant goes. Are you ready? Let's do this together. Let's get our hands way out here. Here we go. I am great. I am smart. I am strong. I am loved. Today is going to be an awesome day. Woohoo! Great job, everybody, doing the feel good chant. Way to go, everybody. Nice job. All right, next we're going to do our opening song of We Clap and Sing Hello, except today we're going to wave and sing hello. There are lots of ways to wave. You could wave with this hand. You could wave with this hand. You could even wave with both hands. That's my favorite. But whatever way you like to wave is awesome with me. All right, everybody. Let's get our wave ready to go. We're going to wave and sing hello today. Here we go. We wave and sing hello. We wave and sing hello. With our friends at story time, we wave and sing hello. Good waving, everybody. Give yourselves a round of applause. Good job. Alrighty, the next song we're going to sing is about picking berries because this is summer and there are always some kind of berries out there to be picking. So we're going to sing our Pick the Strawberry song. And there are some motions to that one. Let's see, the first thing we want to do is when we're picking our strawberry, we're going to make a picking motion like that. Like we're picking a strawberry. And then we're going to make the sign for the sun because it's going to be growing in the sun. So basically you kind of cross your arms, put your head over the top of you like you're making the sun. And then we're going to wash it. That means we're going to rub our hands together. Then we're going to eat it. So we're going to pretend we're eating. And then we're going to pick another one. All right, so for the first verse, we're going to pick a strawberry. Are you ready? Here we go. Pick the strawberry that was growing in the sun. Then I washed it and I ate it and I picked another one. Good job picking strawberries. Let's see, there are other berries we can pick too. How about let's pick a blueberry this time. I like blueberries too. All right, we're going to pick a blueberry. Here we go. Pick the blueberry that was growing in the sun. Then I washed it and I ate it and I picked another one. Woo! Good blueberry picking, everybody. Good job, everyone. Let's pick one more. Let's go with a raspberry. I like raspberries too. All right, here we go. Pick the raspberry that was growing in the sun. Then I washed it and I ate it and I picked another one. Great job picking berries with me today. Great job, everybody. Let's see, our next song is going to be sung with the help of a friend. Let me get our friend really quick a second. Let's see. So first off, let's see if we can figure out what kind of friend I have here. This is a farmyard friend. This friend is black and white. There's a tail back here. There are some hooves. Got some udders. This friend likes to give milk. And let's see. The sound that this friend makes is moo. Good job, everybody. Alrighty, so this next song is called The Cows in the Barn. It's sung to the tune of The Wheels on the Bus. And I have several friends who are going to help me with this song. We're going to start out with the cows, though. The cows in the barn. And then they go moo, moo, moo. All right, here we go, everybody. The cows in the barn go moo, 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 moo. The cows in the barn go moo, 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 all day long. Moo. Let's see. I have a few other farmyard friends. Let's see what the next animal in the barn is. Let me see. This next animal in the barn is about the same size as the cow. Let's see if we can figure out what this one is. Let's see. This one has a mane. He's shaking his mane back here. Got one ear there, one ear there. There's a stripe on his nose. There's a swishy tail back here. And there are 4 hooves. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this friend likes to run really fast. And the sound that this friend makes is neigh, neigh, neigh. That's right, this next friend on our farm is a horse. So we're going to sing about the horses in the barn. All right, everybody, here we go. The horses in the barn go neigh, 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 neigh. The horses in the barn go neigh, 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 all day long. Good job, Mr. Horse. Let's see. I have another farm friend. This one makes its own sound. Oh my, what kind of sound is that? I guess before we talk about that sound, let's talk about what kind of animal friend I've got. Let's see. This animal friend has a snout right there where his nose is. There's one ear there, and one ear there. This friend also has 4 hooves. And he goes, that's right. I have our pig today. All right, so next we're going to talk about, the pigs in the barn. Here we go, everybody. The pigs in the barn go oink, 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 oink. The pigs in the barn go oink, 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 all day long. Good job singing with our pig. I've got one more farm friend who's going to help us. Here we go. Alrighty, we have one more farm friend. Let's see. What kind of friend do we have here? Let's see, our friend has a bill right there. One eye there, one eye there. One wing there, and webbed feet. And this friend goes whack, whack, whack. That's right, the duck is our last verse in the Cows in the Barn song. So we're going to sing now about the ducks in the barn. Yay! Here we go. The ducks in the barn go quack, 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 quack. The ducks in the barn go quack, 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 all day long. Thank you for singing our Cows in the Barn song with me. All of you at home and all of our animal friends that came to join us today. Great job, everybody. Give yourselves a round of applause. Good job. Well, speaking of farms, this next song is called The Farmer Plants the Seeds. So there are some verses to this one too. Let me see here. I got my little sheet here so I know what to do. The farmer plants the seeds is to the tune of Farmer in the Dell. So when the farmer is planting the seeds, you're holding out one hand like this, and you're taking the seeds from your other hand and planting them right there. Let's see, we're going to have the rain falling in the next verse. So we're going to have our rain beginning to fall. And then the sun's going to come out. So we have our sun up here. There we go. And the seeds are going to begin to grow after that. So we'll have our palms up and we'll raise them up that way. And then lastly, the vegetables will be growing. And we're going to have a motion like that. All right, let's start out with planting our seeds just like that. Here we go, everybody. The farmer plants the seeds. The farmer plants the seeds. Hi-ho, the dairy-o. The farmer plants the seeds. Good job planting seeds together, everybody. All right, next, the rain is going to begin to fall. So it's in motion like this. Here we go. The rain begins to fall. The rain begins to fall. Hi-ho, the dairy-o. The rain begins to fall. Good job making some rain for our seeds. All right, next the sun's going to come out to shine. Here we go. Let's get our sun up here. Here we go. The sun begins to shine. The sun begins to shine. Hi-ho, the dairy-o. The sun begins to shine. Good sun shining, everybody. Nice job. Now our seeds are going to begin to grow. So we're going to hold our hands palm up and move them upward like that. Here we go. The seeds begin to grow. The seeds begin to grow. Hi-ho, the dairy-o. The seeds begin to grow. Oh boy, now that our seeds are growing, next we're going to get some vegetables. So our motion for the vegetables is like this. Here we go. The vegetables are here. The vegetables are here. Hi-ho, the dairy-o. The vegetables are here. Great job, everybody. We grew some vegetables. Great job, everybody. Good job. All right, next up, we have one more song with one more friend. Let me get this friend. This friend's bigger than the ones that we met on the farm. Let's see. This one's kind of a hard animal. We don't usually see one of these around here. Let's see, this is an animal that lives in the ocean. And there are some spots on his back. And most noticeably, there's a horn coming out. It looks kind of like a unicorn. Except that this lives in the ocean. So this is called a narwhal. They do call it the unicorn of the sea because of this horn. So we're going to sing about when narwhals get up in the morning. And because I'm not sure what kind of sound they make, we're going to say spout, spout, spout. Because they do spout water out of the hole in their head there, because it is a whale. So our whale is going to spout, spout, spout when it gets up in the morning. Here we go, everybody. When narwhals get up in the morning, they always say good day. When narwhals get up in the morning, they always say good day. Spout, 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 spout. That is what they say. They say, spout, 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 spout. That is what they say. Good job singing that song with our narwhal today. Good job, everybody. Way to go. Whew! With all that activity we just did, it is definitely time to take a little bit of a break and do our calm breathing technique with Daniel Tiger. We're going to do our Daniel Tiger squeeze today, and the only motion for that is to give yourself a squeeze, just like that. Here we go, everybody. Give a squeeze, nice and slow. Take a deep breath and let it go. Let's do one more. Here we go, everybody. Give a squeeze, nice and slow. Take a deep breath and let it go. Great job, everyone. Okay, it is now time for this week's early literacy tip. Once again, I have picked an activity off of our PLA chart. This is the Public Library Association calendar. These calendars are pretty awesome because every day of the month has an activity that you can do together with your toddler. I will put the link to this in the description for this video. Also, you can come to the library and pick one of these up too. So the early literacy tip that I am going to do today is the one on the 10th, and I'm going to read it to you guys. Let's see, where is it? It's another one about singing. It says, sing a bedtime story and encourage your child to sing with you. Now, some books for bedtime work better than others for singing. When you're doing this, it's good to pick a book that may have a familiar tune with it. This week's book, I'm going to just sing a page or two of this one. This book is called If You're Happy, and it is by April Pulley Sayre, and the publisher is HarperCollins Books. And you may kind of figure out from this title what the song is that might go with this book. So it's basically, if you're happy and you know it. So I'm going to read a couple of pages to you and show you how it goes. Actually, instead of reading to you, I'm going to sing in this book to you. Here we go. All right, here we go. If you're happy and you know it, you're a frog. A frog. If you're happy and you know it, you're a frog. Or a bunny. Down here. If you're happy and you know it, stretch your toes to really show it. If you're happy and you know it, you're a frog. Or a bunny. Or a cricket. That's just an example of a book that you can sing at bedtime. That's this week's early literacy tip. Alrighty, everybody, it is time for our closing rhyme of Tickle the Clouds. Let's see, when we're tickling the clouds, they're way up here by the ceiling. So there's where we're going to start. Here we go. Tickle the clouds. Now tickle your toes, way down here by the floor. Now turn around and tickle your nose. Reach down low, way down here by the floor again. And reach up high, way up here. Our story time is over, so wave goodbye. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming to story time today. We'll see you next time.